Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Derek Shell, the head football coach at Napoleon High School. How's it going?
Going great, going great. Season's underway, rolling. First 3 days of camp have gone really well.
Yeah. So, what are we gonna? Let's talk about you guys for a sec. I know you just said camp has gone well. What has that been like?
We really take advantage of the extra 15 days the MHSA gave us a while ago. So we utilize those. So camp is we really just turns up the intensity. We are a full go day one. Like our varsity guys are gonna know our base offense day one. And we hit it quick and we get out. We usually start with a 35-minute film session, and then we hit the field. We use all 3 hours that were allotted for one practice, and we kind of split that up into a offense, defensive, about 90-minute practice for both. Then we go hit the weight room 3 days a week, and the other 2 days we stretch. And we have a coach who likes to do yoga, and he leads us through a little yoga routine to work out some of that stiffness on the Tuesdays and Thursdays. So we don't do anything special like the midnight practice or keep the kids overnight. But we try and, we feed them a lot, popsicles and stuff like that. And I think Friday we're going to do pulled pork for them after the lift.
That sounds good.
Yep. Thursday we're going to surprise the O-lineman with some all-you-can-eat pancakes at IHOP. Got a little special going, so that'll be nice.
Nice. Well, none of them will see this by the time this video is posted. So
yeah, that was my assumption. Hopefully, I didn't spill the beans, but I think
they'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. So now, speaking of team, let's talk about them. Let's talk about all the returners and everyone that's coming back. Let's start with the skill positions: quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end. Where we at on that?
Quarterback's back for the fourth year. He kind of took over that starting role halfway through freshman season. He's a freak athlete, Grant Bradley.
Yep.
He's going to go pitch at Michigan next year.
Yep.
So he's a special athlete, really talented. You can see his growth in the game, so that's been great.
Of course, Grant's been on this podcast before. So.
Well, he's been, yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
I think I saw that.
Yeah.
And we've got Holden Van Poppel. He's a state champion in the 110 hurdles. He's going to be on the perimeter for us on offense. Both those guys will play safety on defense for us. That's where Holden has really shined the last couple of seasons. He's been all region the last 2 years in football. And then we got a fullback, Mason Roth. And if you've watched our games, we like to run behind him. And he does a great job running the ball for us too and catching out of the backfield. And he's an all-state wrestler too. This group of returners is just it's a talented group of skill guys everywhere. We got Cooper Wires. He's been returning kicker for us. He's been kicking for us for the last 4 years. And he's going to battle for a spot opposite Holden at corner and as a receiver. And then we got a couple of guys who sprinkled in. They're going to battle for that spot too, like Carson Berry, Christian Nykamp. They both got significant playing time last year.
Yep.
Running back's going to be new. Sam Jennings. He took some reps last year. And we got a transfer who was homeschooled last year coming in. He's going to try and make a splash and play some on either at linebacker or as a running back or fullback type guy.
Yeah.
And then a lot of returning skill guys. And then, we have a Swiss Army knife, Caden Fowler. He started a corner for us last year, probably going to move to inside backer. He plays everything. He's the backup quarterback on offense, backup fullback, and he'll probably start at a slot for us as well.
All right. Well, I know you kind of mentioned let's go to the linemen, the offensive and defensive line.
The offensive line, we're going to see a lot of new faces. I think we'll end up starting 4 or 5 juniors across the board. There's one senior lineman in the mix there who's going to fight for a spot. But we're happy with those guys. We got probably one of the best linemen to go through Napoleon in a while. He's only going to be a junior in Dallas Smith. He's 240, and he's we do a little test at the end of the off season, and his bench squat, deadlift, and clean came up to like 1,470. So he's real strong, and that whole group up front, they're gonna be young, but they're gonna be strong. And the D line is they're gonna be smaller. They're gonna be fast. Aiden Booth is a stud for us in the 100 and track, and he does really well up front for us. He's just strong, quick kid. Mason Roth, who starts at fullback, he'll start on the D line for us as well. And then just another mix of guys who are just going to take some serious reps there for us, but not a lot of experience.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to. I know you mentioned some of them when we were talking about skill players, but the linebackers and the secondary.
Yeah, on the defensive side of the ball, Holden Van Poppel at safety for us, and Grant Bradley and Sam Jennings, they both played in that too high look for us. We're probably gonna have two new corners. I mean, our defensive coordinator does a really great job of rotating guys in and getting young guys experience. So, there's 3 or 4 guys in the mix there for the 2 corner positions. Caden Fowler, who started last year, is going to move to inside linebacker for us. But yeah, I mean, there's going to be like 3 or 4 guys battling for the corners. Linebacker, we kind of get hit by the injury bug. We lost 2 guys injuries. We had one kid who was probably slated to start at inside for us, tore his AC, or had to get Tommy John surgery in football or in baseball. Sorry. Another kid tore his ACL in the summer doing something unfootball related, but there's a really, there's a junior linebacker, Zach Mom, who's really promising. He's going to probably play guard for us on offense. And I mean, he's a mean, nasty human. And we're excited to see what he does at linebacker for us.
Yeah, for sure. Special teams.
I mentioned, we have 2 kickers right now. Caden Fowler, or not Caden Fowler, Cooper Wires. He's been kicking for us for 4 years now. He started kicking for us freshman year, and then I think he got hurt, broke his arm sophomore year, and then junior year he kicked for us and shared some time. We got a girl on our team, Maggie Van Wagnen, who's gonna go play. She hasn't announced where she's playing yet, but she's gonna go play D1 soccer somewhere. And she came out big for us. We had a game against Manchester last year. She made a game-winning tackle for us, or a touchdown-saving tackle that would have put them up, which was really neat. Punter, that's gonna be anybody's game right now. We kind of had tryouts today for that position, and we didn't get much closer to a decision. So we'll see. But other than that, we got some dangerous return. Holden Van Poppel, he returned a kick last year and a punt last year. So he's, anytime you can get the ball in that guy's hands in open space, I think good things are going to happen for us.
Absolutely. How many guys are playing 2 ways?
We try to limit that. Our offensive line, we try to keep those guys together, and we try not to start them on the offense or the defensive side of the ball. We usually have, 8 or 9 guys. I think Van Poppel's probably locked into a starting spot on both sides of the ball. Mason Roth at fullback, he'll probably start on the D line for us. Other than that, we're going to make sure we keep people fresh. We like to rotate our skill guys. So, whoever starts at those spots on offense, they'll probably get spelled a lot on defense or vice versa. That's something we do. We try to make sure everybody gets meaningful reps in the past. We only keep a roster at 24, 25. 6 or 7 guys might start both ways. Right now, it's a little too early to tell. But we'll rotate our D linemen, keep them fresh, and our skill guys, we'll rotate those guys on offense and keep those guys fresh.
For sure. So. All right, let's talk about the schedule for a minute, and it looks pretty good so far. In the Cascades Conference East. So in the East Division of the Cascades Conference, I should say. August 24th, you'll be home against Onstead. August 31st will be at Brooklyn Columbia Central. September 8th at Hanover Horton. September 15th, home against Manchester. September 22nd at Grass Lake. September 29th, home against Leslie. October 6th at Michigan Center. October 13th, home against East Jackson. And then the crossover game will be on the 20th. On October 20th? Do you know where that might be, home or away?
That's going to be home. We're home this year. We just don't know what I mean. So the second through sixth place games will take place on Friday, and then the championship game is Saturday, 1:00 at the home team from the East. It's something that we actually honor all of our all conference guys on both sides during that game. So that'll be really something neat and cool that we do. But yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about the schedule. What do you think?
I think it's gonna be tough. Onstead, they took some lumps last year, but they played a meet Grand River Conference. And they were young, with the first year head coach last year. We did a lot of stuff with them last off season. That Onstead's my alma mater. So I still have I have kids I played with who are coaching there now. So they're going to be talented. I know that they're going to have some really great skill guys. And then Columbia Central, they were up. We talked with our seniors now about how close some of those games were. Columbia Central was up 14 points on us with about 2 minutes left in the first half. So we know they're going to be really talented, really fast, athletic. I think a year with Coach Zebrowski is going to do them a lot of good. I think he'll have those guys ready to go. I watched the podcast you did with him. And I think Hanover, people are sleeping on Hanover. I think they're going to be the sleeper in the conference, or the dark horse. They have some really fast kids. And they struggled last year a little bit, but they got beat up week 1, I think, against Hudson, and had some injuries. And I know when we played them, they were down several guys, and then we played them. We had some big guys, physical guys last year, and they had to turn around and play East Jackson. They lost that game, and they were down 6 or 7 starters by the time they got there. So I think they're going to be a sleeper this year. And then Michigan Center, Manchester, Grass Lake, those are historically really great teams in the Cascades Conference. And then, I don't know much about Leslie at the moment, so we haven't seen them play under their new coach. So that'll be exciting to see.
Yeah. Okay. So we're in the first week of practice at time of recording. And of course, today is the first day you got to wear the shells. Only one more day of that, and you get the full pads, obviously, for the rest of the season. Yeah. So what's that going to be like heading into the break? And what do you really want to see out of this team in the next few weeks before that first game?
I want to make sure, the little things, the attention to detail, footwork up front with the offensive linemen, making sure we're in the right spots in our skill positions, aligning, and doing all that stuff. We practiced last year. I didn't realize it. The kids told me. We got through the 4-way scrimmage, and then we never put our pants on again. We practiced in shells almost the whole year, and so we like to thud real. We do pretty much entirely do what the MHSA calls thud practices. So, but we're ready to go. The next 2 weeks are going to be really telling. Just try to get our offensive line up front gelling, and figure out what our identity is going to be on offense.
All right. Derek Shell, the head football coach at Napoleon, thank you so much for joining us, and best of luck this season.
Thank you.